It's time and a half on a Peter Chill Mornings, Friday morning, 7 to 12, 2014. Welcome to Friday morning, 7 to 12, 2014. Here are your news headlines here. In our top story here at 8:39, here is the Congress is going out just the way it began, in complete disarray. 14 months after Tea Party conservatives ignored Republican leaders and forced a 2-week government shutdown and no one to keep close to happening until the court was poised and work started here. The worst storm hit California in 2 to 5 years was due to leave Los Angeles and San Diego. Wind whip and drench on Friday. A weather system known as the Pineapple Express hammered the north and center of the state with hurricane force winds and up to a lot of rainfall here. CIA Director John Brennan on Thursday moved to defend an agency battered by a devastating report released this week by the use of harsh interrogation techniques while acknowledging what he called the apparent methods of work outside the bounds. Facebook is thinking about it on a way to dislike posts on its site. Found the Mark Zuckerberg said, speaking at the Q&A session in California, he said it was one of the most requested features that the social network seen from its users. Man and 4 young girls wounded in West Bank after a Palestinian throws acid on them, terrorist shot after attempt to flee the scene, seriously wounded. In Oklahoma City, the Cleveland Cavaliers found out before Thursday's game that they would be without the alarm. LeBron James they could have found it less sympathetic opponent as the Oklahoma City Thunder defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers 103-94. The original contents of the time capsule were first place in 1795. Governor Sammy Adams, Paul Revere, and William Scott in the ceremony that started in that time also proceeded to the State House according to historical accounts. Climate talks in Lima have entered at a final day with a long-running issue still divided the parties, despite a passionate appeal by U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry. In Seoul, South Korea, a fear that South Korea's overhead airline executive ordered a flight back to the gate after attempts over. McNamee continued Friday as the head of an airline apologized to live television and said that the executive 25 years ago, pro-democracy protests at Tiananmen Square were brutally terminated when Beijing said to come back troops to kill unarmed people. A state appeals court has ordered the dismissal of a murder charge against a woman who spent 22 years on Arizona's death row for the killing of her 4-year-old son. In Washington and Oakland, California, dozens of U.S. congressional staff staged a walkout on Thursday to protest decisions by grand juries not to charge white police officers in the killings of unarmed black men in Ferguson, Missouri, and New York City. In Honolulu, a Hawaiian group that wants to build a President Barack Obama library in the islands has submitted its proposal, predicted as would be one of America's most heavily visited presidential centers. Euro area industrial production group barely grew in October, including a weak start to the fourth quarter as the European Central Bank considers new ways to revive the economy. The Securities and Exchange Commission has proposed stress tests for the asset management industry and voiced concerns over the use of derivatives. Tech giant Google has confirmed reports that there were plans to move engineers out of its office in Russia. The firm says it remains committed to Google users in the country and told the BBC that it was located engineers in other countries on previous occasions. Google and YouTube have been sued in Germany for allegedly infringing on a video streaming patent owned by U.S. software company MaxSound. Ford Sync 3 takes a needed step toward simplicity with a bigger font and less clutter on the home screen. As a 4-quadrant home screen in favor of a moving map on the left half. Audio and phone box on the right and a function tray on the bottom. Microsoft September unveiled that Windows 10 was geared largely toward power users, but the company is finally ready to give consumers an idea on what to expect from the new operating system. Sony cybersecurity nightmare deep in the last night after it was revealed that the hackers infiltrated its database and stole medical information of dozens of employees and their children as it posted it online. This image released by Fox Searchlight Pictures shows Michael Keaton and Edward Norton in the suite for Birdman as Norton was nominated for the Golden Globe for the Best Supporting Actor in a Drama for his role on Thursday. As the Birdman leads Screen Actors Guild nominations. A signal discovered by scientists may be the first physical evidence of dark matter to confirm astronomers may have finally found first evidence of dark matter. Astronomers have finally spotted an entire family of Pluto-sized objects with the help of ALMA, the tiny worlds which are swarming around an adolescent version of our sun may tell researchers a bit more about the evolution of our systems, of the solar systems. A trial of New Lake Genetic Corporation experimental Ebola vaccine in Geneva, Switzerland will be suspended after 4 cases of mild joint pain in the hands and feet of healthy volunteers. Contraception use in the United States is stable with almost 2/3 of the nation's 62 million reproductive age women who use the product of procedure to avoid pregnancy, new federal data says. Okay, let us take a look at the stock market report here. In the pre-market, Dow features 17,409, down 100 points. S&P features 23.5, down 10.5, and Nasdaq features 42.83, down 24. European market stocks 9709.78, down 152.75. FTSE 6363.91.97.79. CAC 4041.53.71.72.15. Nikkei 17371.58 up 114.18. Shanghai 2939.47 up 13.73, and HSI 23249.20 down 63.34. Dow Jones 17596.34 down up 63.19. S&P 520.35.33 up 9.19. Nasdaq 4708.16 up 24.14. Oil markets 58.99 down 96 cents. Brent 62.98 down 70 cents, and natural gas 3.732 up 98,000 a point. Gold markets 1224.78 down 90 cents. Silver 17.115 up 3,000 a point, and copper 2.923 up 2,000 a point. In the bonds, US 10 yield 2.1183% down 0.06 of a point. German 10 yield 0.629% down 3,000 a point, and German 10 yield 0.43% up 2,000 a point. In European US dollar 1.24. European US dollar 1.2448 up 4,000 a point. US dollar Japanese yen 118.40 down 25 cents, and Great Britain pound 1.5719 Great Britain pound US dollar down 2,000 a point. Okay, let's take a look at New England incident alerts here. In Lowell, Massachusetts, at shots fired at 81 Westford Street and multiple rounds. And also in Lowell, Massachusetts, the armed car jacket Bellevue Street. A Spanish male, black jacket, took motor vehicle at gunpoint. And in Boston, Balada Cass Boulevard at Harrison Avenue, motor vehicle accident with injuries. Here. Take a look at sports news here. The Boston Red Sox are hard at work, selling a pitch itself for 2050. They want to put the much John Lester negotiations in the rearview mirror. Come off back-to-back shutout victories, and Louis Rams are able to extend their streak into Thursday's 12-6 loss to Arizona Cardinals. But they become the first team since the 2011 Miami Dolphins to go 3 consecutive games to hold opponents out of the end zone for the 3rd straight week. So really for the baseball, what's wait for Andrew Friedman making big moves since he jumped for the Tampa Bay Rays and Los Angeles Dodgers in October. Here, in last night, the Boston Bruins lose to the Chicago Blackhawks 3-2 at the TD Garden. Here. Tonight, the Boston Celtics will be at the TD Garden tonight, taking on the New York Knickerbockers, and the Knock Legends will be open its boys varsity basketball season tonight at 6:30 p.m. against the Ashland Clockers. The game you can see right here on the Peter Channel. Here, Peter Channel News on Mate 47. Ta-da for a little travel report here, and we're seeing some Route 3 on the northbound side. It's backed up from Marshfield all the way out to Route 228 in Rockland here. And Route 3, you hit the brakes again from Weymouth on Route 18 all the way down for the Braintree split. Route 3 on the southbound side, that's slow around the Sagamore stretch. 146 on the southbound side, and it is backed up from Route 15 down to downtown Providence here. Southeast Expressway on the northbound side, it's backed up from the Southeast Expressway from Quincy all the way down for the Zakin Bridge and around the Mass Pike here. Mass Pike to the eastbound side is backed up from Newton all the way down for also Bratton Tolls here. 93 southbound is backed up from Medford all the way down for the Zakin Bridge. Due to an accident on 93 southbound near exit 31 here. Route 1 also from Tober Bridge all the way down for 93. And 128 on the northbound side. It's backed up from Wellesley all the way up to Route 20 in Waltham here. Route 128 southbound slow from Lexington down from Waltham here. 393.95 Waltham from 128 to the New Hampshire border here. 93 on the northbound side here. A little slow around the area of 293 up in Manchester, New Hampshire here. Due to an accident on right lane blocked the 93 northbound at Kenny Road at exit 6 and subsequent traffic from 293 in Manchester here. So expect delays in Manchester here. But otherwise, 393.95 modifying in Granite State here. 495 is modifying from Amesbury all the way out to Wareham here. And we got Rockland earlier exit on Route 3 northbound before exit 14 228. Stop and go traffic from exit 13, Route 53 in Hanover. And all the highways in Worcester are modified here. And 495 on the northbound side, a little slower run from the Mass Pike in Westboro around to Route 9 here. Peter Channel News Times 8:49. Take a look at the weather situation here on this Friday morning here. Current conditions here in North Massachusetts, 28 degrees on temperature with fair skies. Humidity 88%, wind speed southwest about 3 miles per barometer. 29.87 inches, 25 degrees to the visibility of 10 miles an hour here. Okay, our current conditions here around the region here, 32 degrees on temperature right now here in Boston. It's 30 in Fitchburg, 30 in Bedford, 31 in Beverly, 32 in Gloucester, 32 in Haverhill. It's 26 in Worcester, 27 in Sturbridge, 29 in Webster, 31 in Milford and in Norwood, 28 in Taunton, 30 in New Bedford. It is 34 in Plymouth and Provincetown. It's 32 in Falmouth. It's 29 in Chatham, 33 in Martha's Vineyard, 35 in Nantucket and Cape Cod Bay, 34 in Blackcod, 29 in Westerly, 28 in Midfield. It's 29 in Webster, 34 in New York City, 33 in Islip, 34 in Montauk, 33 in Long Island. It's 32 in Bridgeport and New Haven. It is 29 in Denver, 27 in Waterbury, 31 in Middletown. It's 31 in New Hartford, Winslow, 30 in Springfield and Denver, and in Greenfield, 25 in Athol, 24 in Pittsfield, 26 in Northampton. It's 29 in Albany, New York, 26 in Glens Falls. New York, it's 27 in Wetland, 26 in Maine, 24 in Bremer, Vermont. It's 28 in Keene, New Hampshire, 27 in Chatham, New Hampshire, 31 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 33 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 34 in Portland, Maine, 30 in Manchester and Locoya, New Hampshire, 29 in Concord, New Hampshire. Here. Okay, let's take a look at our map situation around the country here. Station from Alberta stretching it down for Rockies and down for western Texas. Pink front stretching British Columbia. The cold front stretching from southwestern Alberta stretching down for Idaho and a station front for Idaho and down for Nevada. Merging with the cold front of Nevada stretching out to central California. We got a low pressure northwestern Nevada, southeastern Colorado, and up to southern Quebec and up the New England coastline. Here we get some high pressure in southwestern Colorado and western Kentucky here. Followed by down for northeastern Nevada, down for Utah. Followed by down for southern California, down for Baja California. Low pressure followed by off the California coastline here. Get a followed by from southwestern British Columbia and Tennessee. Followed by off the Virginia and Carolina coastline here. Never followed by from Montreal down for New York State, down to New Hampshire here. Low pressure, southern Quebec and off New England coastline here. It is 32 degrees on temperature out here in Boston. It's 40 in Washington, D.C., 32 in Atlanta, 56 in Miami, 62 in Brownsville, Texas, 59 in Dallas, Texas, 38 in Kansas City, 26 in Chicago, 34 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 36 in Albuquerque, 41 in Denver, 51 in Salt Lake City, 54 in Great Falls, Montana, 49 in Seattle, 52 in San Francisco, 55 out of Los Angeles there. Oh wait, let's take a look at our current radar situation here, and we are seeing some little... Okay. And it shows some little sprinkles around Newton, around Nottingham, around Nobberdale, around Newtonville, around Newton here, and around Riverside, around Chestnut Hill, and around Newton Upper Falls, and around Jamaican Plain, around Mattapans. And we're seeing some little snow showers around Western and around Lincoln here. And we're seeing some snow showers up the northern and eastern portion of Maine. Some rain showers and sleeting around New Brunswick, around for central and eastern portions of Nova Scotia. And some rain showers in west central portions of Prince Edward out here. And a little bit of rain showers with a few storms from southeastern portions of Oklahoma down for southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, down for western portions of Mississippi, down for eastern portions of Texas here. Rain, a lot of rain showers covering much of California, and some mountain snows around the Sierras here, and rain showers by western and northeastern portion of Oregon, and down for eastern and western portion of Washington State. Rain, sleet, and snow showers from central portion of British Columbia, down for the southeastern portion of British Columbia, and rain and sleet around western portions of Saskatchewan here. And we're going to take a look at the California radar here. And line and deluge range stuff for Sacramento, down for the 99, down for Fresno and Bakersfield. And Los Angeles is getting into heavy rain situation here. As we're going to take a look at this here. And we're seeing much of the Los Angeles area getting diluted. But look at this. Very heavy rain around the San Fernando Valley from Pasadena down for Glendale, Burbank, Hollywood, East Los Angeles, Inglewood, and Torrance is into the heavy rain here. And it's raining around Bell Gardens, around Downey, moderate rain around East Los Angeles, down for Bell Gardens, Downey, and Norwalk, and Long Beach here. Likely moderate rain around Orange County, around West Covina, around And another deluge of heavy rain around I-15 from Riverside, from 91 from Riverside down for San Bernardino here. And up the crest line, up at the Cajon Junction here. And take a look at the radar from San Diego here, and some light to moderate to heavy bands rain stretching off the San Diego coastline for both sides, streaking all the way out to but San Diego here. And San Diego will get into heavy rain about 3 hours from now here. And so, expect to be a rainy day on tap in Southern California here. And take a look at our satellite loop, which shows Atlantic clouds from eastern New Hampshire stretching about Maine after Atlantic Canada and Atlantic clouds covered a bunch of the Great Lakes and stretching it out for Mid-Mississippi Valley and the Central Plains and out for Oklahoma and for western Texas, and Atlantic clouds from the Four Quarter region stretching Nevada, eastern California, and for western portions of Washington, Oregon, and for eastern portions of Washington, Oregon State, up to Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, and Atlantic clouds from British Columbia stretching it down for Ontario, down for western portions of Quebec here. And Atlantic clouds from Arkansas down for Louisiana here. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast discussion around the region here. As heavy rains will continue to soak drought-stricken California as widespread precipitation is expected from the west coast of the Rockies late this week as that patrol and associated cold front edge inland over the western United States, of which plume of moisture feeding into the drought-stricken California will fuel heavy rains on Friday. The first question downpours will pose a risk of flash flooding, especially over the upslope side of the terrain. However, the accumulating snows along the Sierra Nevada ranges should help with drought relief on Saturday. Precipitation should eastward into the Intermountain Western records as the front presses farther inland. Elsewhere across the nation, a closed low spinning over the northeast will keep conditions cool and settle from Pennsylvania to Maine on Friday evening and Saturday. As light rains should continue to develop the north of the frontal boundary, stretching across North Texas and the lower Mississippi Valley. Okay, take a look at the forecast discussion around the region here, and it shows low pressure gradually lifts up to the northeast and loses its grip on southern New England throughout the weekend here. Over then, a few flurries and mainly dry weather persists throughout the early next week with seasonal temperatures beneath high pressure. Another storm will develop off the coast midweek, bringing on next chance of precipitation. And new trip for tonight, 7 a.m. up to clouds lingering across the region as vertically stacked low slowly drifts east. There's no change to the forecast needed at this time. Today and tonight, nearly stacked occluded low slowly wobbles east along the west periphery of which we'll see. Winds out of the north-northwest strongest along the coast and over the waters, which good boundary layer mixing and residual moisture intertwined with dry air gradually eroded the flurry of activity across the region and expect activity to diminish throughout the forecast time frame. Highest coordinates of significant snows been there's mainly across the northwest facing slopes of higher terrain where orographic lift is commands a low level moisture. There's also a potential for ocean effect snows with colder air connected across the warmer ocean waters. Temperature difference between the ocean and the HA of around 10 Celsius and temperature dependent with regards to fetch across the waters with highest consistency of snow shower activity along the eastern half of the Cape and Nantucket, as mentioned by the previous forecaster, associated with a northern piece of energy could lead to a creation to snows across the northern and eastern portions of southern New England here, and otherwise continue low to mid-level clouds with some peaks of sun and near seasonal temperatures here. As we take a look at a continuation of mostly cloudy skies, light winds, another impulse will bring some scattered flurries and snow showers and high temperatures today upper 30s except lower 30s across the elevations of central and western Massachusetts and northern Connecticut here. Alright, take a look at a 7-day forecast. It goes like this here. For today, we are going to see some slight chance of snow showers. Most clouds high about 36 degrees westward, about 6 miles by transpiration 20%. For tonight, slight chance of snow showers. Mostly clouds lower 26 degrees and northwest wind about 7 miles by transpiration 20%. For Saturday, a slight chance of snow showers before today, and a slight chance of rain and snow showers, but sky about 39 degrees and northwest wind about 6 to 8 miles by transpiration 20%. For Saturday night, a slight chance of rain and snow showers before 8 p.m. and a slight chance of showers between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Most skies got lower 28 degrees and northwest wind about 3 to 5 miles by transpiration 20%. For Sunday, most of the sky about 42 degrees and northwest wind about 6 miles per hour. Saturday night, most of the coast got low about 29 degrees. For Monday, sunny to podcast sky about 43, low about 30 degrees. For Tuesday, partly sky with a chance of showers. On Tuesday night, with a cloud sky high about 46, low about 33 degrees at Chesapeake to 30% Wednesday, a chance of showers with most clouds sky high about 43, low about 31 degrees at Chesapeake to 30%. And for Thursday, partly sky about 42 degrees. Peters, what a phrase today. A mostly cloudy day with a few showers of time. P-words say have a good day with good bad day. See you for our noontime report. Have a good day.